I need an LLC, I need a website. No, you don't. You just need to go talk to as many people as you can to tell them the service that you are providing, to ask for the money that you need to provide that service, right? That's a business.
Welcome to Fire Talks by Tech Wing Bites. I'm Clint. I've built software, led teams, and now a founder, helping builders who are ready to make the leap, but can't quite see the path yet. Every episode is one conversation closer to clarity on ownership, execution, and momentum.
Good stuff. All right. So welcome to Fire Talk, AI agents. How do you go from zero to hero? Right. So what I wanted to talk about today is really about what is an AI agent, right? I think it started off as prompts. Now we got harnesses. Now we got these big platforms, ChatGPT, OpenAI, as the big ones, Claude, whatever. But we also have small organizations creating AI agents, AI employees, AI assistants, right? And what does that look like when it comes to using these online platforms? Also, building your own local agents. Like I build a automation solution. AI just kind of check it for me. Is that an agent? Probably not, right? This is kind of figure out those things. Recently in the news, I saw. Claude, it has made more people lose their jobs, especially in the finance industry. Recently, they have created AI agents to do some of the finance work, the bookkeeping, the accounting, and whatnot. So we, as time goes on, we're going to start to see more and more agents, and I just don't think that people is going to put all of their eggs in one basket. Some will, right? All Claude AI agents or all OpenAI agents. I think people is going to spread it, right? So what is an agent, and how do we get started, and how do we even measure is it good or bad? Who wants to kick it off?
I could talk a little bit about it.
Mm-hmm.
So there's levels to this. That's
Right.
what people, I think, are forgetting, and a lot of people are trying to say that like a chatbot's like an agent. And they're not wrong, but like, you know, full autonomous system's also an agent. There's just levels to it. And so how I like to explain it to a lot of people is there's like 5 levels. So you go from like level 1 of just like, what is this thing, right? Like I'm gonna go and prompt an LLM and get a response. What is that? What does AI do? Can AI tell me a fun joke? Can I ask AI to edit an email? That's level 1. And then you got like level 2 where it's like, can AI help me analyze something? Can I give all of my corporate company's email and all the company's secrets to ChatGPT because I need it to help analyze and produce a report? And then you got level 3 that's like tools, right?
Wow.
And that's where it's like, can I have AI help me make a PowerPoint presentation on something I need to do a meeting on? Can I have AI help me take this meeting and give me all these notes? Can I have AI help me build recipes and test how people will understand those recipes across different organizations, right? That's, you're doing something, you're getting something now.
Right.
And then you get to level 4 where it's like, okay, now I'm supervising the AI doing the work. The AI is now getting all the information from the bank statements. It's now reconciliationing the books at the end of the month. It's now replying to clients. I'm now watching it. Then you got level 5 where it's like, it's just doing its thing. It's doing everything. It's God mode, and I'm worried about my job. And so there's little levels, and what we're finding, especially as we're building this and putting it into real systems, is level 5 is the dream. That's what we all want. Level 5 is very different depending on who you talk to, and level 1 is very different from what you're talking or who you're talking to. And so then you want to now mix it into human involvement. And so that's like what on the spectrum of where do you want the human, right? And so there's like the human beings doing everything to we don't need the human being anymore. And what we find is this is a pipe dream now, and this is also a pipe dream now. And that spectrum is now sort of, we're coming into a middle of like the human being needs to be there. using AI to be able to compete with everybody else. So there's levels and a spectrum that a lot of people, that's where the nuances now get put into it.
Man, you went to 5 levels. Look, I got so excited about this topic. I forgot to tell you to introduce yourself. Tell me. Are you and why? How would you have 5 levels of AI agents?
So I'm Mike. I build AI agents for a living. That's what I do for fun. So I've been building them since 23, where we just got like ChatGPT 3 and we were trying to figure out what to do with it. So I've been through all the levels of all the growth from there to like where we are now. And it's so much more prettier because like back in 2023, it was like, what's a tool? What's prompt chaining? We now call that skills. What's how do we get past just asking ChatGPT for things? I remember like in 2023, we weren't even giving AI the whole thing. We would give it like a paragraph.
That's true.
And then ask for help and then give another paragraph. And then all of a sudden ChatGPT is able to take like all these books, right? And then you build tools. And so I've been doing it for so long now. It's like it's weird watching the industry start to change, but I like it because it's maturing now. Now we have like real language, like a harness, skills, tools. It's becoming more more formalized.
Yeah. That's true. Seeing the evolution. Now we have terms that mean things that we already know whatever we were calling it. Now there's like a global term. Keven, give us an introduction, and then we'll continue with the conversation.
Yeah, sure. Sorry, I'm in my car, so if you hear some background noise, it's just life happening behind me. But my name's Keven Gwynn. I'm in the process of starting a business that's essentially an online art advisor that basically helps people get a understanding of how digital art can be used as a mechanism for generating wealth through collecting digital art. And there's other facets that'll come into effect down the line, but just first impression, that's basically what it does. And as far as I'm concerned, I am a AI novice, which most people in the world are. So I find this podcast extremely beneficial because every time I join or listen to it, I learn something new. So if anybody out in the world is curious about learning more, I'll be glad to share more details as the business evolves, and just want to keep making progress in the meantime. So,
man, you know more than you letting on. You know more about this AI agent stuff. Tony,
can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So similar. I had to go to the car. It wasn't. I was in the hotel room and the hotel lobby, and it just wasn't working out. I was trying to get connected. The sound come through, so I had to the laptop situation. It was like, all right, let's go to the phone and go this way. But I'm Tony Brooms, the CEO of Ola Billy. I built an AI agent to help people create and generate invoices and estimates, and help them along their path to get paid.
Wonderful. Thank you. So just to give you a quick summary, I think you missed the intro, and Mike did an awesome job. We're talking about AI agents. What is it, and the new terms and how to apply it today, and went through a 5-level drop.
5 levels, okay, man. I wish. Well, you know what? I'll catch it on the replay, or as we go through this discussion. You'll figure it out.
Definitely. You know what? I want to start there. Let's talk about level 1, Mike. I'll let you lead this. I'll jump in too. We'll go from level 1, and then I believe level 5 was like fully autonomous, right? Did I catch
yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So let's start level 1. I think level 1 was like you were saying, it was just a paragraph paired with automation.
Yeah, level 1. Level 1's like the base. I think everyone's at level. All of us are still like at level 1 in some kind of way, right? So it's not like the levels aren't like, oh, I'm better because I'm at level 3 or I'm at level 1, right? It's like everything you do, there's levels to it, right? And so level 1 is just like that stage of just like, can I use ChatGPT? Can I
Yeah.
prompt Anthropic's models and get something? Can I, it's an LLM, and it's
Mhm.
just a prediction machine in a way. And so
Right.
it's like, can I just give a prompt to that LLM and get a result? And that's level 1. And that's it. And that's like,
We call that and just trying to play on the terms we've been hearing over the years. Is that falls firmly in the category of prompt engineering?
so prompt engineering from my standpoint is funny because it's like prompt engineering really goes back to like, can I explain something that I want?
Mhm.
Right.
Right.
And so a really good prompt is just a prompt that gets you a result consistently. And so like you'll have prompts that are like, you know, 2 pages long, and then someone can do that same prompt with 3 sentences. And
Right.
so really when I talk to people about prompt engineering, it's more of, can I describe what I want?
Mm-hmm.
And
I
then
got
can I get an LLM to now do that for me
consistent.
consistently? That's
Yeah.
that's the key, consistently. And so I think level 1, I think that's like around level 2 or level 3, right? Because that's where you're getting consistency.
Okay.
Level 1 is just like, can I just level 1 is the base. Do I know what ChatGPT is? Do I know what an LLM is? Can I ask it a question? That's level 1. That's like floor,
I
right?
got you. So, Tony, what do you think?
Mm. I mean, I'm listening in on it. Like, there's a certain aspect to it. I'm thinking, look, when we interacting with AI, right? There's the levels that we're talking about, and we're talking about, is it level of the coder? We're talking level of the everyday person. So we're talking about GPT, for example, because that's that was like the main one in like what was we're in 26 now. It's like 2024, like 2023, 24. GPT was the main uh, interface that most people had for AI. Now, if we're talking about,
Right.
hey, let me ask it a question, and
Right.
can I get a result? Can I get a result back? It feels like level 1 at that point is almost it's like a level slightly above a search engine, because yeah, with that search engine, you kind of ended up with, this is the question I have, and this is what I get back. What I get back, but you don't really do it as a question. You do it as a topic, or you do it as a subject, or that you're
Right.
searching
Right.
for.
Right.
Whereas, with an LLM, you're asking the question, but it's a bit more. The idea here is just a little bit more understand the context. You kind of get a little bit more context behind it, so you can ask it a question like, "Oh, this I see this car and it has this kind of shape emblem. What car is this?" Right.
Right.
Whereas if
Right.
you're doing so, that's where I feel like that introduction to AI, you kind of end up getting this thing where you're like, okay, yeah, this is where it is for me. I kind of get this idea. I got an idea. I have some question. It can answer that question, and that's just
Yeah.
the base. Yeah, like so your base. It can answer the
Yeah.
question that's not above. That's right above a Google search.
So when we talk about agents, we really talk about something that goes out and do work for you. And I guess if you're asking a question, that is work.
Mm.
And so welcome, Cap. Like, we're talking about the levels of AI agents, right? We got level 1, and we're going all the way to 5. So right now we're at 1, where the AI agents is doing something. And at level 1, I think we're agreeing that it's a question. The task is answer the question, right? Because in the early days, Chat GPT had GPTs, and they were
Mhm.
kind of widgets, right? Like, because you would get a nice little prompt, and they'll take it and run with it. So before we continue, I want to give Cap an opportunity to introduce himself, and then respond if you like, and then Kevin will answer your question. Like, Cap.
Hey, how y'all doing? I'm Mr. Cap, out here in Houston, Texas. Just a AI enthusiast. I'm a I'm a developer, software developer, web developer, front end, back end, full stack, all that. Just all around IT, all around anything tech, basically.
Right.
So,
And,
just a nerd. I'm just a nerd.
we all
Yeah, I think we all. Yeah, I think we all fit that description right there.
Kevin, what did you got?
Yeah, I was just want. I mean, I think everyone did a really good job of explaining what level one is, but I think there's I like to throw in buzzwords, every once in a while that kind of encapsulates everything that someone's trying to say. And I think kind of level one is like native language vibe coding. Like, I don't know if you guys would agree with that, but like vibe coding seems to be the term that a lot of people use as far as like kind of because it's just like you hop on there and you're just trying to test and figure out what's going on. And you may not even know.
Yeah.
And to some degree, I feel like I'm still at level one. I might know the functionality of some aspects, but I think right now I'm just in that vibe mode where I'm just learning to see what the response is and then how to manipulate the context window to really achieve what I want to achieve.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, vibe coding gets a bad rap. Honestly,
it does. I would agree. Mike, take us to level 2.
Yeah, so like we're talking about the levels of AI.
Yeah,
right?
levels of
usage.
AI agent.
Yeah.
Until
Yeah, so like
Yeah.
level 1
Mhm.
is like I could prompt,
Right.
right? You get to level 2, and that's where it's like that's where I like to say that's where context comes in, right? It's like so you go from like I could prompt to I can now talk to an LLM with context. And so that means like I can now talk to an LLM and now it understands I have a system prompt, right? I have prompts where I'm giving it context into what I'm doing. I have skills. Well, skills are needed for agents, right? So like we're still kind of in that like I can now go and say, I'm trying to understand a function.
Right.
Here is that function. And
Mhm.
here is the information about the function and how I want it to work and why I want it to work the way I want it to work, right? So we're now just bringing context in. So if you're building a cookbook, right?
Mhm.
You go from like, what is a brownie recipe to like, hey, we're making brownies and here are 9 different other recipes that I liked. Tell me about these recipes and how we can make another recipe that encapsulates all those recipes, right? So we're doing context.
Okay.
That's level 2.
Tell me, because I want to comment on. I want the room really to comment on level 2. But before we do that, tell us about level 3, so we kind of figure out the scope. What's level?
Okay, I got you. So level 2 is like context. I could do something. Maybe we're adding some workflows in. Level 3 is like workflows with automations, right? So there's a difference between a workflow and an agent, right? And so level 3 is like that part where you're getting your NAN flows or your workflows where it's like I have A, then it does B, then it does C, then D, and there's automations into it with LLMs guiding along the way. And so a good workflow that everyone will probably love is emails, right? And so you get an email, it comes in, the LLM reads it, then the LLM grabs the context from that email and the emotional context and what are you trying to do? Then it writes a draft for that email for you to go review. That's going to be the same no matter how you do that email. And so that's where the workflow is. And so that's like level 3, right? We're doing workflows with automations and adding LLMs or different AI models into that workflow.
Okay. So what do you guys think? Level 2 is context. Level 3 is just to summarize a little bit. It's workflow. Do you guys agree on level 2? AI
Yeah,
agents. Go ahead.
Yeah, I think there's some overlap. Yeah, I think because when I think about when I was first starting to use AI, right? When I was asking the questions, when I was asking, what is, for example, one of the tests I did for certain AIs to see exactly what it was that how good they were was hey, break down Not Like Us for me. This was right. That's just during the height of the whole Kendrick versus Drake thing, right? And I just wanted to see what they would say. Yeah, right. So, and GPT was coming back with stuff where it was telling me, and this is what goes back to context. It was telling me about a book called Not Like Us, and I'm like, okay, but I want the more modern. I want the recency here. I want you to tell me about what's happening. And at this point, Not Like Us was probably out for about 2-3 months, I want to say, and it didn't. ChatGPT did not know. It had no clue. And then I went to another city and I asked it. It had complete context. It knew it was talking about certain breakdowns. The breakdowns weren't the greatest, but it actually understood what it was I was trying to do, what I was asking, the questions I was asking. And I think that also kind of leads towards certain agents are able to go out and get and pull context from the internet. And this was something that Perplexity was really good about in the early days, that everybody took that and you start incorporating it into their model, into their system. So
Right.
yes, so understanding, like not just asking the question, but understanding the context that the question it has. Because yes, I could have been talking about the book from 1960 something, but no, I'm talking about the modern. Now, I'm talking about what do you say now? And that's how I actually started judging. That's a question I used to judge a LLM. Like, how accurate do I think it can be?
Right.
That's why it's level. That's why context is level 2 now, right?
Level 2, yeah. That's what we said. Level 2.
Yeah.
Keven, you gotta leave. You want to drop your opinion before you break out?
Yeah. Again, I'm still new, so please, all of you skilled experts, take it light on me with this opinion. But yeah, when it comes to context, I think it's really, really important to kind of play with the system and then have realistic expectations, because from my understanding, a lot of the LLM models were trained on older material, older information. So it's like just like Tony, I would be very frustrated, especially from like a cultural standpoint, if I was trying to prove a point, or if I was trying to show somebody something, especially if it was like a drop of the dime situation where I just needed information and I wanted to relay that to someone else. That would be extremely frustrating. But then there's also the aspect of, the models can only react to what they're trained on. So I totally relate to what he's saying, but then I'm curious when and I don't want to divert the conversation, because I do like the fact that you guys are going through all these levels, but are we ever going to reach a point where it's going to be like real time updates to these LLM models? And I'm just curious what you guys think. I'll take your answer offline, but it was a pleasure meeting all you guys. You guys are super awesome. Cap, it's nice to meet you. Mike, you seem like a really cool dude, and Tony, it's good to see you again. Okay. Oh, and
too,
Clint, you the dread guy, so you know who you are.
Okay,
Right.
thank you.
See you guys later.
Cap, I know you were gonna respond to that. As far as context being level 2 and level 3 was workflows. What's your opinion?
I agree 100%. I agree 100% with that, because I'm just waiting for him to get to the next couple of levels. But then I have a lot more to say. There's nothing else to say about that. I mean,
we agree.
Tony is hitting it right on the head when he's talking about, when ChatGPT first came, and then when you ask it something, they don't know what context to put it in. So now level 2, we get to the point where I kind of understand context, because they understand you a little bit better.
Right.
Right. Understand the person that's asking a little bit better, because it based how I respond based on how you interact with it. So I
Okay.
get that.
I Mike, you can hit us with the next two.
So what we got level 3, that was the workflows. That's where
Right.
you're getting things happening, and then you got level 4 and 5.
Right.
And this is where like level 4 and 5 gets real fun. And then depending on who you're talking to, that's where you start to hear a lot of the marketing and a lot of the feedback that's not meant for everyday people. It's meant for investors. So then people get real confused, right?
Mhm.
So like, level 5 or level 4 is agents. It's like that's an agent. It could do something.
Yeah.
That's where you have the LLM now has a harness that has a tool set, memories, a whole memory system. You have
Mhm.
skills. That's prompts on how to do stuff, what it is. It has domain knowledge, and then it can go grab those. It has a system knowledge. It has a personality. That's where we get actual skills, right? Or that's where we get an agent, right? Then you got level 5, and that's where you have more agentic type functionality. So that's where we're talking with our OpenClaws, our Hermers, our Goose, those agent systems, and that's where you don't just have tool calls, you don't just have memory systems and skills. That's where now you also have those scheduled jobs. That's where you also have those abilities where the agent understands its harness and is able to change it, as well as be able to be more active. That's where you have the ability to have it has access to your CLI and your computer system. You're adding computer use into it. That's where you're getting all the really big functionality that we're all loving.
Mhm.
And like a good example is vibe coding, right? I think vibe coding, a lot of people say it's a slur. I also agree. I think it's just the new form of coding now, right?
Yeah.
It's not actually doing the work for you. It's just a new way of programming.
Yeah.
It reminds me of going from Objective-C to Swift, and then from Swift to it's just the next iteration, right? We still need
Right.
developers.
Yeah.
But just think about how many things are in a tool like Codex, right?
Yeah.
And there's so much in there that you don't even realize. You're prompting it, so you prompt it, and then you ask it to do something, and it does it.
Yeah.
And we're like, that's awesome. But behind the scenes, it's traversing your code base.
Mhm.
It's writing the code for you based off of what you've given it.
Mhm.
It's looking up stuff on the internet. It's doing tools. So it's actually grabbing that code. It's actually changing the code. All of those things, like we're going to stay high level, but all of those things need tools, right?
Yeah.
Needs skills, needs the ability to look at the internet, needs to keep track of it all, right? An agent runtime is not some easy thing to build. Once you start getting computer use in, it's a whole other ball game. So that's where like level 5 is, where I'm like, that's agentic, like agents.
Yeah.
Level 4 is like, I have a dad joke generator, right? And so like it can generate dad jokes and then figure out which ones we posted online, keep track of it, and then which ones we want to post online, and it has some workflows to then post those online. So that's an agent, but it's very small. It's not something super, consequential. So that's where like the levels come in, and then it's all about like what you're trying to achieve. And so a lot of people want level 5, but they're selling level 1, and you see that
Right.
all the time. So you'll see businesses are like, oh, we just came out with an AI agent, and it's a chatbot that can help you read through their terms and conditions easier. It's like, okay,
I think
agent's a little bit hard of a word for that one.
this one is harder. I think we're gonna have a lot of fight in this one, right? there's overlap between 4 and 5, right? Because we have simple agents that is connected to automated workflows that is doing somewhat complicated things. For the average person, calling and a couple APIs, nothing major, but just a couple APIs to do a little bit of reasoning and that stuff. And that still kind of falls within level 4. When we get into level 5, you're right. Computer use, computer controls. But it's also that term, that new term, that agentic swarm. Like it's a cluster of agents that's doing work. One is a manager, and then you got the workers. So between 4 and 5, it becomes a little bit more complicated to really say, it's this or that. What do you guys think?
Well,
Yeah, I was kind of. Go ahead. You go ahead.
no, go ahead, man. You good? Got it. You got it.
Yeah. So.
Because I got my Go ahead.
Yeah.
And I'll come after you.
All right. Cool. Yeah. So, a lot of what I was thinking about was the fact that we're mimicking, or at least these levels are like mimicking a community or a company, right? Where you have certain parts of it is the worker, employee, and then like you said, there's the manager, the orchestrator, and then there's kind of like a top level where I feel when we start talking about AI, I don't think it's something that we really need to necessarily humanize in that way. I think it's one of those things where it's really a distributed network of things that at some point it can tie into to each other. It can tie into something that you need, something that you want, and then so level 5. Because I know there's a lot of talk about what is it the AG. What's the G again for the general intelligence? Yeah. Artificial general intelligence, where it kind of where general intelligence, where this is something that it can think for itself, and that feels more along the lines of where level 5 probably should be, and maybe maybe it's actually more of a level 6, right? Maybe we just need to add a level, and
you might need to add 2 levels.
Right, I had 2 more levels, because it feels like at some point, yes, there's certain parts where we're talking about this system, and this agent is doing a part of the system, and this agent is doing another part of the system, and when they start to talk to each other, they form this new. Because there's workflows under an agent, but there's also workflows between agents, right? So, is it really separate outside of this is just a more complicated workflow or a more complex workflow? Let me just say complicated.
I think that just like stepping back and looking at everything, I think that the lines get kind of blurred between the common people that use AI and developers that use AI. Right?
Oh, yes.
And I feel like we have to really distinguish that, because it's not mixed. I think like if we're talking about level 4 or 5, or maybe a level 6, let's talk about developers using AI. We no longer use it. We no longer have to call a particular tech stack to develop, right? Because AI is going to do that work for you.
Right.
So now our stack is an AI stack.
Mm-hmm.
The AI tools that you're going to stack to get a job done, get whatever work you're trying to get, or develop, or whatever you're trying to develop, right? Because AI is better than humans at stacking the tools, stacking the tech stack. It's better than me. It's better than me at interpreting code. It's better than me at finding lines of code that have errors in it. So I think I don't know what level that'll be on, but I don't even know what category it'll be in, because I know a lot of people that use AI. I'm talking about regular people that's trying to start businesses and stuff like that, and they use it vastly different than the way I use it.
Right.
True.
Yeah.
True.
So we got to figure that out.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't have answers for everything, but I just know that I do want to focus on the AI stacks. And I seen that I have a stack that, not really even thinking about it. That's okay. Am I still a full stack developer, or is AI stacking my doing my tech stack for me, and I have to stack have a find an AI stack, right? And
Yeah.
you know that would sound like a workflow, but it's actually an actual stack because I need these particular tools to build this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
You're gonna be a full-time orchestrator. That's gonna be the future, right? You just put stuff here, like, no, I like you. Put this here. You go get your tools. You're gonna get it done. You know. All right. So
Yep.
here's the thing. So this kind of still falls within the same thing. I did prepare a couple
Okay.
questions. I'm just gonna throw it out. It still falls within the same realm. So we have the levels of AIs, right? And I assume you guys heard of A2A, agent set to agent, right? So when we get up to level 5, 6, or 7, like we're talking about sub agents, we're talking about agents who has their own stacks that is kind of talking back and forth. And of course, in that scenario, some of them are autonomous. Who is responsible in that autonomous chain? So that's number one. So how do you think about that? If you'd say it's human in the loop, then there's an argument that human is slowing us down. And Cap, you and I talked about this last time. It's our ego, right? So I want to hear your opinion on that. And then the last piece is the whole agentic thing. It's not everyone is putting it in context, and not everyone really knows that their agent is actually saving them or making them money. Are we getting to a point of agentic burnout? So that's 3 different things, but respond to whichever one.
Agentic burnout based on the fact that nothing is agentic yet, or because we still waiting on it. And we burnt out on hearing that it's coming. We're hearing it's coming for the past 3 years.
On that part, I am.
Yeah. Burnt out. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah. My take on the, who's the whole, when you have the AI talk, AI, agent to agent.
Yeah.
Who's getting blamed when it breaks?
Yeah.
That's who's responsible. Exactly. That is who's going to be responsible for it. Whoever.
I think we lost him. Give you a couple seconds.
If I give you some,
you're breaking up. I don't know if he's hearing us. Yeah, you got a low technology. We need an agent for that. So Tony, we can't hear you. I think your connection is falling out. Mike, do you want to comment?
Yeah, I mean, so you asked some really good questions. But it gets it away from the technical side of what we were talking about with the 5 stages, but I like it. And so it's there's many different parts that we could kind of talk about this. Oh, Cap, are you talking? Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking, but we didn't hear the words. I'm sorry, man. Yeah, so there's different things that you were asking, and I think it gets more into the human being of like, what does this all mean for us now, right?
Yes.
And so like the first one of just like, who's burned out from hearing all this? And what I like to remind a lot of people is a lot of the things that we hear on the news is not meant for us. Right? So like the whole like, we're gonna have AGI. That's a marketing term. I know a lot of people say we're gonna have AGI. You could argue that we have AGI. You can argue that we don't have AGI. But that's not for us. That's for the investors. That's for the people with the trillions of dollars that they're putting into this. You have an economy that has made such a large bet on AI, and that bill is now starting to come due. The results haven't followed yet, right? And so you have a company that is just amassing all this wealth, and now all those people that put wealth in it are like, I want that wealth back, right? I need the results. You have these CEOs that have put in all this money into AI, and now they're like, I need that result that you promised me. So that's right. That's all marketing. So I try not to focus too much on that. And a lot of the things that they say It's just marketing. I mean, let's be realistic. The CEO of Anthropic has been saying we won't need software developers every 6 months for the last 4 years.
Now we need
Right? I'm being a little ridiculous, but you know what I'm saying? He says it all the time. You got
Yeah.
NVIDIA saying the most wild things. You got Microsoft saying crazy things. All of that is because they all have all this money tied up, and now they have to justify why they needed all this money.
Makes sense.
Why do they need all these data centers that are literally destroying the environment because they're not being set up properly, right? So that's for them. I'm not rich enough, nor do I have enough power to care about it, right? Let them focus on that. But I like to remind a lot of the people that are small business owners,
Mhm.
that are indie developers, that this technology is incredible for us because it gives us more leverage than we've ever had possible for just what we could have done. And so now you do have small businesses able to go and say, I don't like Salesforce. It's
Sure.
shitty. And I complain about it all the time, and they never do what I need. And I'm always on the phone with them. And it just takes all this time for my business. I'm going to just build my own version of Salesforce that does what I need it to do so I could keep focusing on my business. And that leverage has not been available to us at the rate it is now. And that's what should excite people. So all the other stuff, that's just it's noise. It's noise, and it's not for us, right?
Yeah.
You got politicians now getting in on it. You got Bernie Sanders saying
Let
that
me-
AI is going to
let me-
destroy the world.
the fact that we are enabled, isn't that slow us down a bit? Because it's like, yeah, you can just go pay, HubSpot, or you can build your own, right? Like, but that's still time.
Yeah. So that's a focus problem, right? That problem wasn't created by AI. It's existed this whole time. So it's like I could build a website, or I could have a mobile app, right? That's a big question. That's a focus problem. You know, I'm someone starting today. I want to start a business, and the first thing they're talking about is like, I need an LLC, I need a website, I need a mobile app, I need all these different things. Now AI is adding into it because they're like, well, now I need AI, and now I need to build my own systems, or do I need a server at home, or do I need cloud, or all? No, you don't. You just need to go talk to as many people as you can, as fast as you can, to tell them the service that you are providing, to ask for the money that you need to provide that service, right? That's a business. And so then it's like, once you get to the first principles thinking, then it's like, okay, I need to talk to 100 people a day. I could talk to 5. How can I talk to 100? And then it's like, well, I have social media, so I could post more on social media. And then it's like, cool, but I can't make all these posts and sell at the same time. And now it's not, do I need to hire somebody to do social media? Now it can be, I don't have enough funds to hire somebody, so I can build an AI agent to then post for me, so I can start to focus on my sales.
Yeah.
And then you get to a point where that's working enough, and you have enough income and you have the systems to now hire a domain expert that understands how to use social media, and you give them that agent system for them to do 10 times what you were doing with that system.
Yeah.
Right. So it's a focus problem.
Cap, you look like you were gonna respond to that. I want to.
He kind of answering some questions, I'm coming from a more philosophical point of view of it as a developer, right? AI was promoted to regular people. It was promoted to people to make their job easier, make whatever they do easier. That's what it's promoted for. Everybody's going to clamor to it, and then they're going to do what they always did, go break something, and then come to a developer that understand how to use AI the right way.
True.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think we're just in a place right now where the word AI is real popular. It's really not AI, to be honest with you. None of this stuff is AI. It's technology. That's it. It's not artificial intelligence, because it still needs human interaction, period. All of it does. Until it's like, can it's what we calling AGI, agentic stuff, where it can learn on its own, build itself, and no human interaction is needed. But human interaction will always be needed because we're gonna always have to tell it what we want.
Plus, we need to take the blame.
That's right, and we're never going to be in a place where you don't need the people that have intuition for enough intuition for tech to understand how AI and LLMs and all this what we call AI work. Right? We know how it works. We know how to look at the code and see how it works. These people don't know how to do that. So they're going to go and break stuff, and then everybody's going to clamor to this stuff because it's popular as hell, and they feel good about it. They talk to ChatGPT and Claude like it's a second brain, and it's not giving them what they want when they start really looking into it. Nobody's quitting their jobs. Nobody's making hundreds of millions of dollars a week. It's not happening. So all the people that I have more clientele now because of AI, because it's quote unquote AI thing than I ever did, right? Because they need somebody that understands it. So I think philosophically, we're not in a place where it's actually AI, and I think we developers can understand that, but it's AI because the people that got trillions of dollars behind it is saying that it's AI. Do that make sense? Or am I just talking out the side of my neck?
No, I hear you. It's like a marketing. Essentially, it's a marketing play, right?
Yeah, it's a marketing play. OpenAI was supposed to be open source in the beginning. It was ChatGPT was supposed to get charged when they seen that it's taking this amount of money for this amount of compute, and then we got 100 million people ready to log into this. Put a paywall up.
Yeah.
Right. So my thing is, why don't we come together and do something?
Yeah.
And make a shit ton of money.
That's
so
what it enabled us to do, right?
Right. So when the bag drop, we be right there to be able to catch everything and be able to help people that really need the help. Right.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because people are using chat. People come to me with all their ChatGPT chats and all their ChatGPT stuff, and they be like, "Yeah." So I asked ChatGPT. They come to me with a whole PRD from ChatGPT. I said, "Oh my god, here we go." And I'm like, "Why you didn't build it yourself?" Oh, well, I was trying to build it, and then I did that. Okay, now I know why. See, everybody's going to come back to you. They're going to come back to us. At some point. They're going to come to us. You know, I got. If you've seen all my workload I have right now, I can't even handle it.
Yeah, it's a lot going on.
I got a lot going on. I'm trying to tell you. So it's Tony. Philosophically, I don't even feel like this is real AI. It's just marketed as AI. And everybody done clamored to it, and they're excited about it. It's a big shiny toy to most people. And some people are getting some things done. I'm not saying, you got some technical people out there that work in different fields and they're getting some stuff done, but it's such a small amount. It's not like everybody. You know what I'm saying? We still in this. The conversation will be different next year this time, but we just still in such a small demographic of people so yeah, I can talk about this all day. My bad.
Is that what you're saying about the numbers? Uh-oh.
You're breaking up.
You're breaking up again. Tony usually has some really, really good points.
I'll talk too long, man. My bad.
Let me get my gold camera. A little bit off camera. Is that any better or not?
I think we can hear you a little bit. Breaking up a little bit. Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm still breaking up. Then I'll just say this: if it gets through, when I say AI, it's not intelligence, right? It's what everybody understands to be AI, essentially. It's the systems that are being built that people are able to use to get them whatever information they're asking for. That's what AI
Right.
is right now. It's a very high level search engine, right? So it's basically what it is. I mean, now there's certain different elements that you get to when you're talking about. I'm talking about from a general standpoint. If we're talking about for coders, then yes, for people that code, it's a little bit different because they have a lot more context behind how code is written, and in general, most things that we consider AI has been built by people that code. So it should have a much better context around it than it does for the person that just comes off the street, or a business owner that doesn't have any technology background or very little technology background. Then for them it's something different than it is for something like for us. So overall, yeah, it's not an intelligence as so much as it's a repository of information that people that we can get, that you can go and pull if you give enough context around it, pull the actual information that you want.
Along with the tools to get the job done.
Along with the tools. Yeah, along with the tools to get the job done. Yeah, and when I say the tools to me are part of that repository of information. So is the information plus, how do you go get that information? And how does it go do the task that you wanted it to do?
Yeah, for sure. So we coming close to the end here. I know you guys gonna have to go pretty soon. So I want to give you guys an opportunity to wrap it up for me. Give me your last bit, and then we'll call it done. Mike, do you want to hit it?
Yeah, my last bit is like, look, AI agents is really cool, and we can do a lot. And these small businesses specifically, but businesses in general, if they find the right developer that understands these systems and they allow those developers to do the jobs that they need to do, they can get systems that give them more leverage than they've ever imagined. And that's where AI is magical and fun. I don't see it taking over people's jobs. I know that's the biggest excuse, but we're already seeing big companies that made that excuse quietly rehired those same people that they've hired. And so my thing is build the systems that help your business, help find the leverage that you can get that is that helps you do more of what you can do. But AI is, at the end of the day, it's a tool, right? That's all it is. It's a tool. The people that aren't going to use it will fall behind just because the people that do use it can do so much more with it.
Yeah.
But the best way to explain it to a lot of people is it's like getting a screwdriver or a drill. The problem is that we're using the drill to manually turn screws in 90% of what's out there. And so that's why I try to tell people to use AI correctly and use AI in a way that gives you the leverage, because you don't need a drill to screw in one screw, right? And so that's where we're at right now is how do we use this thing that's incredible for the right problems?
Wonderful. Thanks, Mike. Kat, you want to hit it?
I mean, use AI correctly. Well, that's a big ask for regular people. But you're right. You're 100% right. Man, I just not AI. Tony said it. Just a search engine, supercharged search engine. I say it's a SEOS, search engine on steroids. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's my thought. I agree with what Mike said, and I just think we have yet to see what it's gonna be, because it's moving so fast, and so many updates come, and what we was doing a year ago, how we was using it a year ago is different than how we're using it now.
Totally.
So we just kind of like we gotta see, we gotta see how it's gonna be, because
Yeah.
I mean, even just a few months ago, we was using ChatGPT really different than how we're using it within the last month.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm using it different based within the last month when they dropped 5.5, and I have clients that pay my subscriptions for me. So I got the highest tier subscriptions for every AI tool that I use. I'm using Lovable. I'm paying $200 a month for Lovable, $250 for Gemini, $200 for Claude, $200 for ChatGPT. I'm paying about $1,200 a month on AI.
Right, and that might change too.
So my stack is my stack is an AI stack.
Yeah.
I try not to concern myself with too much of what my tech stack would be if I'm building an app, or if I'm building a web app or something like that, or if I'm building some type of software, because at the end of the day, the AI does a pretty good job at that, and I'm good at interpreting what's right and what's wrong, what needs to be done, authentication, security, and all that kind of stuff. I'm good at cherry picking that kind of stuff. So just making it, like Mike said, it's a tool, makes your job a little bit easier. You can do more in less amount of time. I remember the days where just building a website and coding out a website, I would tell clients it's a month. Give me a month at least.
Right.
Build an app, you're talking about 6 months or more.
Right.
And a team.
Right.
So that's those days are pretty much, we don't need all of that as developers. So I mean,
yeah, true.
Yeah. So
all right, thanks, Cap. Tony, I don't know if we can stay here.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah, if you guys can hear me, and if it's somewhat clear.
Yeah.
I think in the end, AI is essentially going to be I don't want to use the word problem. But it's going to be about the people, right? It's going to be about how we explain it to people. It's going to be how those people utilize it. It's going to be about how everybody interacts with it. And if still, even though as though these are ones and zeros, at the end, it still comes down to how we as people connect with the other people. That's because that's what AI is really built for. Well, ideally, that's what the AI is built for. That's what all tools are for. Tools are to help us as people do things and interact, right? Like, you have a screwdriver, it has a screw, you close it, you put it to build something together. Usually when you're building something, it's not going to be just for you.
Right.
Usually it can be, but usually someone else is going to use that thing.
Yeah.
So you have to remember that at the end of the day, it's still going to be about people.
Yeah.
We can't lose sight of that.
Thank you, Tony. Thank you all you guys for joining, giving me your opinion. And this is where I got to get better at talking to the audience. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for joining. Wing Bite.